papers, focusing, as you'd expect, on the president's visit to Tunisia today.
That's right. Le Parisien talks about Tunisia's successful spring 3 years after the fall of Ben Ali, and after being tempted by Islamism, Tunisia is adopting a constitution that will anchor it in democracy, says Aujourd'hui en France Le Parisien. This is a historic landmark. This constitution enshrines universal freedoms and rights, and of course calls for parity for women and men in elected bodies. It's being praised as really a balanced constitution, and across the world people are saying it's the most liberal constitution in the Arab nation. But Le Figaro points out it's really hard not to compare it to Egypt, where the revolution has taken another turn. You can see here Tunis versus Cairo, spring versus winter. So this article investigates the main differences between the two revolutions. And according to this article, it's the role of the army. In Tunisia, the army really eclipsed itself from politics after supporting the toppling of Ben Ali. And according to this article, this is a sign of a more educated society, a society that's more politically mature, and this can explain Tunisia's success story.
Okay, next up, you've got the centre-right paper, Le Figaro, which, unsurprisingly, is having a go at the centre-left government's economic policies, particularly this string of pro-business measures that Hollande and co have announced recently.
That's right. Le Figaro, on its front page, says that the government is desperately looking for 50 billion euros in savings. So this was part of Hollande's social democrat turn that he took at the new year, where he announced a string of measures to help businesses, namely cutting labor costs for businesses that create jobs, and also saying that he was going to cut public spending. But where in the world is the government going to come up with all this money? Well, Le Figaro says this is a puzzle that's really turning into a headache for the government. Saturday, Hollande is going to host the second meeting of the council, the Strategic Council on Public Spending, which is aimed at slashing public spending. But Le Figaro points out that both on the left and on the right, a lot of people aren't so optimistic about Hollande being able to do this. This article says that this is kind of a mission impossible for the government. Le Figaro takes a look. Where is the government going to be able to slash its spending? Well, mainly by targeting the social medical insurance and also public sector wages. But Le Figaro says Hollande's credibility is really on the line here.
Sochi is, of course, upon us, and the French press have been looking through the chances for French athletes in those games.
That's right. Le Parisien takes a look at the athletes, the 116 French athletes who are going to be taking part in the games. Gold diggers, it calls them. Now, the aim is to beat France's current record of 11 medals, which it won at the last Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Now, French sports specialists say that France has a chance of winning between 9 and 18 medals, and Aujourd'hui en France points out that the sports ministry has budgeted 1 billion euros to reward athletes that win. So gold medalists get 50,000 euros, silver 20,000, bronze 13,000. They still have to pay taxes on it, though.
It is, of course, the politics that's been dominating a lot of the coverage of Sochi.
That's right. La Croix says this is a gamble for Putin, and L'Opinion calls these games Tsar Putin's Potemkin games. Potemkin was one of a lover of Russian Queen Catherine II, who famously created a fake village to hide all the misery behind it.
Okay, finally, a seriously stylish bottle of wine.
That's right. This is not a joke. This is Brangelina's 2013 Rosé wine, which is going on sale online today. Basically, these two actors, they own an estate called Chateau Miraval, which makes wine, and it's getting great reviews. Decanter magazine called it charmingly pretty. Wine Spectator actually ranked it amongst their 100 best wines in the world. So you can buy it online today for 105 euros for 6 bottles. And next month you can buy it in shops and restaurants at 15 euros a bottle. So not a bad price for a sip of celebrity.
Corking, thanks very much, Flo. We're going to take a very short break now here on Live from Paris, after which I'll be back with all the latest news. We'll also have a sports roundup, and in focus, we look at modern-day slavery in Pakistan.